All right, y'all. We got our belly full of homemade donuts, and I'm on my last cup of coffee. I drank that whole pot, which makes 12 cups. I did. I'll be going to the bathroom all day just to peeing right along. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make my chili. My chili is nothing fancy. It's not bougie. It's just good old Southern chili, and it's so simple. My granddaughter can make it. First thing we're gonna do is I've got 2 pounds of hamburger meat on the stove browning. Let me grab it and I'll show you real quick. Okay, here's our meat in our brand new Pioneer Woman pan. I love it. Of course, you know me and wooden spoons. That's all I use. All I use. So I'm gonna get this on the stove and we're gonna let it brown real quick. And then we're gonna dice an onion with our vegetable chopper. Y'all know how much I love this thing. Just watch. It's so easy. For some of y'all that didn't get to see the video the other day, we're gonna do it again. Boom. One done. And here's the other half. And these are just small Vidalia onions. Boom. Done. Look at that, y'all. Easy. And they're all the same size. All the same size. I got this on the TikTok shop and I love it. And I'll link it on here if you don't have one. It's well worth the money. They were $13 or $15. I can't remember, but I'm glad I got it. So I'm gonna dump this in my 2 pounds of hamburger meat and let it cook with it, and I'll be right back. Here's what we got going on so far. Just 2 pounds of hamburger meat, ground beef, whatever you wanna call it, and 1 small diced Vidalia onion. We're gonna let them brown up in our pan here and cook. I am not gonna season this right now. All right, I'm gonna show y'all how easy this is. I've got my Pioneer Woman crock pot out. Y'all, I got 4 of these. I love these. And I just fill it up, I lock it, I leave it alone for a while. I've got it on high. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add 1 large can of tomato juice, and this had a dent in it, and I had to turn it upside down to open it. But it is 46 ounces of tomato juice, if you can read that upside down. And I'm just gonna dump it in my crock pot like so. I'm gonna save this can because I'm gonna fill it halfway full of water. Next thing we're gonna do, and I'm using Walmart brand, is we're gonna add 3 cans of chili beans. And these are 15.5 ounces. You literally pop the top and dump. 1, 2, and 3. I did a Walmart delivery because I refuse to go in a Walmart store right now. And I got 2 dented cans. I thought, do you not know these are dented? Which it didn't bother me, but it's still at the same time. I'm like, if I'm shopping for somebody, I'm not going to give them a dented can. 3. There's 3 cans of 15.5 chili beans, 15.5 ounce chili beans. And then I add a dice of chili, a can of diced ready, chili ready diced tomatoes. There, I said it. And it's 14.5 ounces. So we're just gonna dump this in there too. Just like that. I'm gonna give it a whirl. If I can find a spoon. We'll just use this ladle because we're gonna use it after a while anyways. And the less mess, the better. So we're gonna stir this up just like so. That's all I'm gonna do right now, y'all. All I'm gonna do. We're gonna brown our hamburger meat and our onion and add it to it. I do mine a little different with the seasonings. I'll show y'all. Okay, my meat is done and I've drained it. And I just put it back on the burner on medium-high heat. Actually, you put it on medium. I'm just gonna brown it for just 30 seconds or so. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add 2 packages of chili seasoning. And this is all they had. So I've got the Walmart brand, so we're gonna try it. I usually buy McCormick or Kinder's, but I'm sure it's all just the same and just as good. So we're gonna use 2 packages to our 2 pounds of hamburger meat. And I'm gonna add a cup of water to it once I get these in there. The Kinder's chili seasoning is great. At first, when I first tried it, I didn't like it, but the longer it sat and cooked, the better it was and had really good flavor. So 2 packages of chili seasoning and 1 cup of water. We're just gonna cook this up real good. I'm probably gonna let this simmer for about 5 minutes. I have not salted anything yet, but I'm going to. All right, it kind of make you like a thick paste. There. I know some people, they flavor their chili when they put the beans and the tomato juice in it. I don't. I flavor my meat. I think it's easier to incorporate and mix up better, and I think the flavor's better. But again, that's just my opinion. To this, we're gonna salt it. I'm gonna put about 2 teaspoons of salt, and I'm using my pink Himalayan salt. And we're gonna add a teaspoon of Lawry's chili powder. And I'm gonna eyeball it. There. We're gonna mix this up and we're gonna let this cook for about 5 minutes, and then we're gonna add it to our beans and our tomato juice. Our meat mixture is done. Let me show you how I like the consistency. It's thick. It's not runny. So I'm gonna dump it in our crock pot here to our tomato juice and our beans and our tomatoes, just like so. Stir it up. We're gonna see if we need any more juice to this. I normally add a can of Rotel to this also, and I can't have anything spicy right now, so therefore I left it out. But the can of chili beans with the chili seasoning, and then the can of chili ready tomatoes adds great flavor. So you don't have to have the Rotel unless you absolutely want it. So this is what it's looking like so far. And remember, I told you to keep your can of tomato juice and fill it halfway full of water. And what I do is, mine's a little thick. We like it thick, but not this thick. I'm gonna just drizzle a little bit of water in here at a time, just to get it to the consistency I want. And this is exactly what I want. Can y'all see this? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cover this and I'm gonna let it cook on high for 2 hours. And then I'm gonna turn it on low. Then I'm gonna separate it. I'm gonna put half of this back on the stove in a pot and add some broken up spaghetti noodles to it, because some of the kids like noodles and some of them don't, and Matt doesn't. He just wants straight old chili and beans. And luckily for him, I just make boring chili, which is good chili. Nothing bougie, nothing fancy. So there we go, y'all. This is how I make my chili. All right, I've got my chili halved, and I just put about half of it in a saucepan. What I'm gonna do, since I'm gonna add noodles to this, is I'm gonna add 2 cups of water. And I've got my burner on medium. Then I'm just gonna take some regular old spaghetti noodles, and I'm gonna break these in 4s. And I'm just gonna use what I have left. So here we go. We'll break them in 3rds. So there we go. And I made a mess. Yeah, 3rds. So we're gonna stir this up, just like so. And we're gonna let this cook on medium heat for about 30 minutes. Then I'm gonna turn it down to low and let it simmer for a couple hours. See how easy that is? All right, guys, my chili is done, and this is what I do. I took a ladle of the regular chili with no noodles and a ladle of the chili with the noodles, and I just mixed them up real good. And this is kind of how I thought mine. I take a dollop of sour cream, and of course I get chili sauce in it. Put it on top with some mild cheddar cheese, just like so. And this is how I eat my chili. I don't like crackers in it, but I like Fritos in it, crushed up on top. It's really good. And my daddy loves peanut butter in his. And you see Blake over here eating his Christmas tree dip, y'all. Let me see that bowl real quick. He made this today, the Little Debbie Christmas tree dip, and you dip vanilla wafers in it. Can y'all see that? This is so good, and there's a video on here of him making this. Here you go, baby. Thank you. He's one heck of a cook, y'all. Gets it from his mama. All right, I'm gonna go eat my chili because it's hot. I hope y'all are having a great day and a great weekend, and I love you all. Goodbye.